Hi, folks. I'm Sean Patrick Higgins, playwright of Ring Circus. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I want to send a special thanks to Matt, Chris, Amy, and the La Mama Theater for inviting us to be part of this experimental workshop and to work on this little ditty, Ring Circus. We're really excited to bring this to you all tonight. I had an amazing cast and team putting this together over the last week and a half. Super talented, so thank you for their work and their time on this. And lastly, I want to ask you to bear with us through this Zoom theater era that we're living in, and imagine this play devoid of technical difficulties, but instead as a door-slamming, cringe-worthy farce that's discussing race in our modern America. We sincerely hope to bring this piece to a theater near you in the not-too-distant future. And without any further ado, our play. Enjoy.
Ring Circus, a comedy in 2 acts, by Sean Patrick Higgins. Act 1, Scene 1. New York, 2020. Eliza's bedroom, a high-ceilinged room with queen-sized bedstand slung in sweaty sheets complete with silk wrist ties and a jar of coconut oil. The stage is split with Paddy's apartment, a dingy twin-sized bed in a messy, cramped room, Carhartt and work boots in the chair. The two converse through FaceTime or Zoom.
Managed! Paddy!
No, not sure it's gonna come out. It's gonna need to soak.
It's going to what?
Need to soak!
As if we needed one more holdup. Do you have something else to wear?
Working on it. Have you seen my polo shirt?
What?
My polo shirt, the one you like.
The daisy yellow one?
It's not daisy, it's yellow.
Oh, I don't like it. It's not the best color for you.
It's my favorite shirt.
Well, it washes you out.
Did I leave it at your place?
Why don't you just wear a Henley?
With a blazer? That's hardly gonna impress your father.
It's not Daddy you need to worry about.
Eliza.
Patrick. I'm only being honest.
Your racist Protestant mother judging my clothing is not what I really want to worry about right now.
Mummy's not racist. She's from a different generation.
Okay, Eliza.
Okay, Patrick.
When we were in Oxford last summer, I fondly recall your mother saying, and I quote, "Keep your Mick hands off my daughter."
Oh, she was drunk. She apologized. She sent you a gift.
A handle of Jameson.
She was being cute.
Your mother drinks her gin and tonics with an orange peel as a garnish.
Only when you're around.
Do you understand the significance of that?
Orange is a nice color. Okay, she's a tad racist, but Daddy's the one you really need to worry about. It's his vote that counts. Besides, Mother can be, well, she's... Mother, are you nearly ready?
Am I ready? You're the one who needed to shower.
You were in my apartment harder than a diamond.
I hadn't seen you for 3 days.
Forgot you had a key. Coconut oil and hand ties, really?
I didn't hear you complaining.
We're meant to be at the train in 12 minutes.
Oh, we can catch the next one. Shit! What if my dad arrives before us?
Oh, God, he's always early.
Military time. Did you have to shower?
You destroyed my hair.
If we hurry, we might be able to catch the train from the 125th station. What, love? Did you finish studying for your test?
Test?
All your library visits. It's next week, right?
Yes, the big moment is nearly here.
You're pretty awesome, you know that?
And you're making us late.
Right. A Henley? Really?
It's fashionable. Just put a shirt on, Christ.
Okay, fine. You win again.
I tend to get my way.
It's because you're an only child.
I am not an only child.
Your little brother is hardly an adolescent.
He's 17.
I just don't know where that polo is.
Just forget about the shirt.
Right. How do I look?
All right, ready. Are you ready?
See you at the train station, my love.
Okay. Oh, do you have a patch on, love?
Yeah.
Good. It's going to be a big night.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I'm getting another call.
Who?
Daddy.
Okay.
Paddy pulls out a ring. Flips it open.
Elizabeth Sarah Bank. Eliza, my love.
Smiles to himself. Stows it in the pocket of his blazer. Scene 2. Early evening. The drawing room of the Banks' Westchester, New York estate. Everything about this second home says money. A gentleman's bar in the corner with decanters, wood-paneled walls, dark leather furniture, an inviting couch, Afghan rug, etc. James, 60s, black British heritage. He is a self-made man and successful bank CEO. Perhaps he wears dress slacks and a pair of high-end house slippers. Mickey, early 60s, Irish immigrant to America. Veteran turned construction worker, blue collar. He wears loose track pants that his belly spills over, a plaid shirt, and black sneakers.
How do you take it?
Well, I'm generally in the giving business myself. Straight is fine. I'm on fire. Once you get me going, I can't help myself.
Hilarious, Mr.
Kavanagh. But Mickey is fine. Don't be going all on now with the master business. Come on now, we're only teasing. I know you said mister, but I'm just breaking the ice is all.
Ah, yes. Ha ha.
People are so rigid these days.
Are they, Mickey?
Well, never going for crack less it's proper safe.
Excuse me?
You need good crack now and then.
Not sure I follow.
When's the last time you had good crack?
Never.
See what I mean? You get feelings caught up in that whole slavery business. Ruins your life. Especially in this country. England, right ancient it was at this point.
I wouldn't say it's all that ancient.
Right. But you agree then? Me having a crack, huh? It's not like 20, 30 years ago your people were being systematically massacred in their own country by the occupation.
Actually,
But that's all history now. Water under the bridge. We don't need to get our asses tight over a little bit of piss, especially someone as comfortable as you in this big house, huh? I mean, just look at how far you've come. I'm assuming it's new money, innit? Yes, it's blood money, Family in the diamond business, was it?
Jane enters through the swinging doorway, listens for a second, then chooses to leave the room.
Don't worry. I know you married into it. The money. Done me research. Bit of old Google. I know I don't look it, but I get around soundly on the internet. Plenty of video research gone on. If you know what I mean, Jimmy.
it's James.
What?
No one calls me Jimmy except for my mum, but she's no longer with us.
Oh, well, we needn't get all heavy over your ma. Well, I'm happy to call you Jimmy Jim. But as I was saying, you should be proud. Marrying for money is nothing to be ashamed of. Hell, it's the reason marriage were invented, innit? Sure, your ma were approving of making the move up. Bless her spirit.
Can I get you anything else before I...
Since you're offering, I could use another of the old brown. Got to calm me old wit before the sun gets here. Wouldn't want to be embarrassing Paddy now, you know. Don't be ruining it by putting any of that frozen water in it. Hey, where's your pisser then?
Just through that door, you can't miss it.
I'm a sharp shooter, Jimmy. I won't be missing any toilet now. But between you and me, every now and then, I sit. We're both getting on in years. Legs aren't as strong as they once were. Better safe than sorry, I always say.
I agree. Safety first, Mickey.
Mickey is through the door to the bathroom. Jane, late 50s. British, elegant, and refined. Has never been without her silver spoon. Perhaps she wears something between an evening gown and a designer house dress.
I thought he'd never stop talking.
Jane?
This is going to be an excruciating social experiment. I don't know if I can go through with it.
How long were you standing at the door?
Maybe I'll retire upstairs, save myself the whole ordeal. You'll make my excuses, won't you?
Jane.
Yes.
It's one dinner and a bit of light chat over dessert and champagne.
I just don't entirely see the point. Eliza's going through a phase, a rough boy phase. She's not going to marry this labourer, a construction worker. I mean, honestly, James.
How are we to know? We've only met him once in person. He could surprise us.
Please, James, do you really believe that rubbish?
The heart wants what the heart wants.
Ugh, what are you, a Hallmark card? Even if he is terribly romantic and handsome and sweeps her off her feet, he's uneducated.
He writes poetry.
Good poetry.
Well, I haven't read any, but Eliza is pretty smitten, it seems. And
do you know how many boys, Irish boys, have written me poetry?
something I should worry about?
Loads.
And
And it has everything to do with the subject and nothing to do with the writer.
you flatter yourself.
Eliza is the muse, the inspiration. If it weren't some poor Irish construction labourer writing poetry of her, it would be some Wall Street financier, or better yet, someone with a dukedom and land attached to his title.
A loud happening comes from the bathroom.
Ugh, lovely. Looking forward to the future family fun.
Jane exits back into the kitchen door, swinging shut. Precisely, MaryAnn enters from the stairway. MaryAnn, 50s, Irish. Her essence shines past her years. She wears a simple sundress and white sneakers.
Beds are turned over.
Thank you, MaryAnn. I don't understand all the fuss, but you know, Jane.
Oh, she tends to get her way.
I mean, the two of them practically live together. I don't understand all the keeping up pretenses as one hasn't, as if they haven't.
Done the deed.
Right.
Mickey enters from the bathroom.
I tried that smell good spray you have sitting on the shelf, Jimmy, but it's no good. Afraid it's made it all the worse. Flowers over rotten flesh. Might want to let it breathe a moment.
Thank you. That's quite all right.
Who's this then?
Oh, well,
This is MaryAnn, Mickey. She's a family, a dear friend. Known Eliza since she was this high.
Pleased to meet you, Mickey. Mickey, right?
Pleasure's all mine, love. Bit of the old twang I'm hearing. Where's you from?
Family's just north of Limerick.
And I've loads in Galway.
Dublin, though.
she's a sharp one. Yeah. Raised in Dublin.
Look familiar. Do I know you?
Oh, I've known plenty beautiful ladies, such as yourself. Afraid not, man.
North or south of the Liffey?
Postal Zone 3.
Oh, wouldn't want to cross you in a scrap.
Aye. I were in the Special Forces in the Gulf War. They nicknamed me, right? Mickey Ward. And here, this here now is McGregor. Watch out. He's crazy. Oh, James. The gents' room is out of paper.
Oh dear.
Oh, no, not to worry. One step ahead. I managed one of the linen washcloths, but of course now it's in the bin. Didn't know if you laundered that sort of thing, you know. So,
MaryAnn, would you?
Oh, right away, sir.
you staff then?
Well, I...
Mickey,
Can I get you that other drink?
are you here against your will? If you need anything, let me know. I'll be sure to have Paddy leave me contacts with you.
To drink, Mickey?
Right Jimmy, my boy. Yes, I'll have another of the brown then.
MaryAnn exits through the bathroom.
Very good.
Jane enters.
Oh, don't be shy, Jimmy. Give her a healthy pour now. We're getting to know one another tonight, Jane. It's Jane, isn't it? I've heard loads about you, of course. Paddy's given me the fill.
Oh, Mickey. Has he? Oh, that's so kind.
Just learning that Mickey is a veteran, served overseas.
Close one, Jimmy, but nope. Always on land, I was.
Of course. I meant when you were serving.
I worked intelligence, special forces.
Oh, wow, but that's really, where? Which war?
In the Gulf.
Which Gulf?
Ah. I see what you did there, Jane. You're very funny.
Mrs. Banks is fine.
She's a funny Brit, isn't she? We won't be doing surnames, not in a night as special as this. I mean, after all.
Well, this is my house.
Mickey reaching out to shake Jane's hand.
I'm excited to be joining it. Pleasure, Jane. Truly. Hoping we can find the common ground.
Why are your hands wet?
Oh, a bit of an incident in the gents.
Oh.
Not to worry. MaryAnn is seeing to it right now. Just met her, see? Fine lass.
Here you are, Mickey.
Slinte, Jimmy. And to you, Jane.
Elated. If you need me, I'll be in the kitchen. Near the kitchen.
You mean in the kitchen? No, I'm only taking the piss now.
No, I mean near the kitchen.
Oh, come now, stay and have a bit of a chat till the kids get in.
How I'd love to, but there's just, so much to oversee.
You mean oversee?
James, have you seen MaryAnn?
She's in the gents.
Of course.
I'm sorry.
Right. You boys don't have too much fun without me.
Jane exits back towards the kitchen.
Christ. It's lashing terror out there, isn't it?
Sorry.
The rain. I didn't know what we were expecting. Pathetic fallacy, I reckon. Glad I got into the early train. It's a bit of a walk from the station here, isn't it? Not many cabs up here in the suburbia. But when the sun was out, it was right leisurely.
Speaking of leisure, remind me what exactly it is that you do again with your time to keep yourself...
Keep myself fit. Is that where you're going?
I meant now you're retired, if I remember what Paddy was saying on our last FaceTime experience.
FaceTime them, do you?
Oh, every once in a while, yeah.
It's what the Indians were always worried about, wasn't it?
Not quite sure I follow. Indians?
Natives. Pictures stealing our souls. See, so I've this picture here of their platoon down in the Gulf. The one on the left there, with the bag over his head, Indian.
Wow, that's you with his head in the headlock.
Just joshing you. He weren't Indian. POW he was.
Oh.
No, he weren't either. God, you should have seen your face. Deathly pale it was. He was Indian, named Running Buffalo or something, but we called him Barney. Really only picture I ever got with Barney. But I did my fair share of rough interrogations when in the service. Never happy work, was it? But necessary.
Ah. Well, FaceTime is not exactly a captured picture, so not so related, is it?
Isn't it, James? You a religious man?
Sorry?
Are you a God-fearing man, James?
I'm starting to think I preferred you calling me Jimmy.
I have beliefs.
Which are?
Rather involved and a long conversation. Oh, sorry. That's yours. I'm sorry.
Sorry?
We've time, haven't we? It's one thing we have, time.
A dense silence, a world-class chess match. Then, the front door bursts open just down the hall.
Downright biblical out there.
Eliza and Paddy soaking wet.
Daddy.
Hello, little one. Oh, you're soaked to the bone, MaryAnn.
He's in the gents.
I'll need a new shirt.
I'm sorry, Daddy.
Completely blindsided by the storm out there.
Yes, sir.
How'd it go then, love?
Jane bursting through the kitchen door.
Liza, dearest, oh, how are you, my love?
Mother,
Well, don't just stand there and give us a hug, dear.
has she gone off?
Jane, can't a mother be excited to see her only daughter?
Well, sure. I just don't recall the last time we'd actually touched.
She's such a clever one, she is. Come here. Oh, my God, your clothes are soaking.
Coming down something horrendous out there, Mrs. Banks.
Proper lashing.
Why do you keep using that word?
Dad means rain, don't you, Dad? Lashing is just Irish slang term for rain, you know, getting a good whipping of the weather.
Paddy?
I mean, getting really wet.
Paddy, this is one of those times where your explaining isn't helping the situation.
Hey, he's right, though. Back home in Ireland, we get wet like this all the time.
Who needs a drink?
Kids, get those clothes off. You're dripping all over the Afghan. Not here, Paddy.
Come on, let's get into something upstairs.
No, it's okay. The jacket is the only thing that got it bad.
Don't be silly. Your trousers are soaked. David will have something in his closet for you.
Really?
Son, You don't say no to a beautiful woman like her. Give her what she wants.
Thank you, Mickey.
More action than I've had in a while. Excluding me research, of course. The hand of the king always serves. Am I right, Jimmy?
How charming. I'm going to need another drink. Or 3.
Jane is off down the hall.
I'm going to head that way myself. See if any of the other family members, staff, need a hand.
James pulls her into a deep, passionate kiss, MaryAnn. He brings her. He begins to kiss her neck.
Jimmy, Jimmy. Oh, stop.
Stop what?
Jimmy, you're getting dangerous.
I'm dangerous. In Ireland, we get wet like this all the time.
You're trouble.
I like a bit of danger.
Your wife is just down the hall.
We'll hear her heels.
And any load of people could pop in at any moment.
Mm.
Daddy?
MaryAnn and James shoot apart. James sends a glass tumbling over.
Everything all right?
Sir.
Oh, fine, all fine. Just a tumbler. Didn't even chip. A bit of a spill.
Do you know where David keeps his sweatpants? None of his skinny jeans are going to fit Paddy.
In the drawer under his bed.
Thank you.
And she's off.
It is love, isn't it?
Of course it is, my maze.
God, then it should be celebrated. We should tell them. Tell the world.
Why? I mean, yes, we will when the timing's right.
And the timing, when will the timing be right? Love ought not to wait on a precipice, Jimmy.
It doesn't leak without a parachute either.
Now that's the difference between you and me. You're so concerned about being in control.
You call this being in control, May?
Why do you call me that?
Call you what?
Your maze.
I call you my maze because I want to get lost deep inside of you. And I never want to find my way out.
Oh, you have my heart.
You want to see me in control?
James, you're bad. I think we know who's really in control here. Stay, my king. No. That's a good boy.
MaryAnn walks over to the bar to busy herself cleaning up the spill. They both stay in complete silence, but MaryAnn is making a show of wiping up the whiskey, which James very much enjoys. James lays low on the couch to indulge in the view. Mickey enters from the hall, unseen and unheard. He sees MaryAnn bent over cleaning. Perhaps she hikes up her dress just a scandalous amount.
I've been such a bad girl. I've made such a mess.
Excuse me, love.
Yeah.
Very fond of cleaning, I see, huh?
Just the wood.
Sorry?
The mister. The mister likes the wood polished, especially when he's having guests. Keeps the sheen, the shine, shining. Yeah.
Just nod or shake your head.
MaryAnn stands, still frozen, blinking, unsure of what to do.
Don't panic. Are we being recorded? Is there a camera?
Heels coming down the hall. Mickey tucks himself up against the wall. Jane enters.
Everything all right, MaryAnn?
Oh, fine, Mum, fine.
I thought I heard a scream.
James grabs one of the couch pillows and slowly moves it over his face.
MaryAnn?
Sorry, no, I'm fine. Just a bit clumsy. Was all, knocked a glass, but I'm tidying it up now.
Right. Well, we could use you in the kitchen. It would be grand to get everything set before all the guests are seated. That way you can slip in at the table without anyone suspecting anything.
Right, ma'am. Yes, right away.
Chop, chop.
Jane exits.
Don't you worry. Help is on the way.
MaryAnn exits. James stands up, rearranging his pants. Mickey turns.
Fucking fuck.
There's something the matter, Mickey.
No, nothing's the matter. Just a bit surprised. Didn't hear you come in.
Well, here I am. Used to sneaking round my own house. I don't mean sneaking, I mean I know which boards creak, etc.
How long have you been here?
Just finished in the restroom.
I didn't hear the flush.
Well, you know what they say.
No, I don't, Jimmy. Please enlighten me.
Well, in these times of drought.
It's pouring outside. It's the height of the rainy season in upstate New York.
If it's yellow, how does that idiom go?
Mellow, James. The word you're looking for was mellow.
The two men stare at one another hard.
Michael Kavanagh, please keep your hands off of me. Hello, Daddy. Mickey, sorry, changing took a bit longer than anticipated.
Quite all right, little one. And Paddy, wow, those look...
Bit tight, yeah.
But they have the most stretch and give, haven't they?
Not cutting off the circulation, is it, son?
Yep, but I'll manage.
Because poor blood flow can decrease the little swimmers.
Thank you, Dad.
Been wading through heaps of science articles on the internet.
Mickey, dearest, I'd love to hear more about this, but might we save it for a bit later? I need to steal Daddy away for a moment.
Right, of course. It's better dinner table chat anyway. Something the whole family can feel really involved in it.
Perfect. Yes. Daddy, maybe in the ballroom.
Christ, there's a ballroom.
Coming, dear.
They exit.
I think we were in Buckingham Palace.
Ah, this is nothing like Buckingham Palace.
How do you know, boy? Ever been?
Dad, we need to focus. Call an audible.
Why? We got the whole family together. He said David would be around just after dinner.
But this doesn't feel right.
Those pants are snug.
The whole evening, something is off.
You're picking up on it too. I thought it was just me head demons creeping back in. But you seen it too.
Dad, are we talking about the same thing?
Yes. The mother is a piece of work, isn't she? Feckin' Tanny.
What?
The union, I mean. What with them having a proper Irish slave in the house? And sending her to clean the loo, poor soul. The nerve.
MaryAnn gets a salary. She's here by choice with a lovely room.
Says who? Have you seen the pay stubs? You ever seen the room? Bet it's a dungeon.
James opens the doorway, pauses to overhear the conversation.
Well, James has told me as much. I reckon they're doing just fine in the financial department.
That's just it, Paddy. I brought that up earlier, subtle like I am. I made a crack about blood money and diamonds. You should have seen him. Was if the Holy Ghost ran right through him.
But Dad, this is nonsense. We just go pull him out of the ballroom and have a direct chat about her money. Did you see someone?
No, son. Well, not the first time that's happened tonight.
Probably just a gust of wind.
Mickey's eyes darting around the corners of the room.
I think we're being watched, boy.
What?
We're in a tiny house. Look, I've done some very serious things in the Troubles. When I was a young lad like yourself, I had to leave Ireland.
Jane entering behind them both, carrying her heels in her hands. One of them has broken.
What? Dad, what? Where's your fanny pack? You can't be skipping doses.
I've been taking me feckin' pills. This ain't no paranoia, son. The doctors can't wipe primal instinct. I've got the scent. In Ireland, they called me the wolfhound.
The wolfhound? What the hell are you talking about?
Boy, I've seen some very bad things, Paddy. I'm going to level with you, truth be told. You're not even my son.
What? What are you talking about?
I know. You're me brother's boy. I had to flee with you in me arms. Your poor mother was only 18, and at the time, and the homeland was no place to be raising a young one, not at that time. And with me brother being murdered, all violent like, it's all me fault. It's all me fault. They were trying to get to me, but the IRA had us swap houses, you see, so as to keep me off the Tanny's radar.
Dad.
I'm not your dad. Well, I am and I'm not. But it's important for you to understand, in case I get captured. The blood stops with me.
What did you do?
I made ghosts, boy. I've done bad things. I was a captain in the rebellion. I don't talk about it now because that part of me's dead. And I've buried that as well.
Dad, Jesus Christ.
Do not use the Lord's name in vain. Me given name is not evil, not even Michael Patrick Kavanagh.
Jane has crawled around to the far end of the sofa.
Well, all right, Dad. I'm still gonna call you Dad because this is a lot to process right now, and I'm not really sure what's real versus what's fantasy. So, okay, let's get back on track, shall we?
I'm not sure. I reckon James and Jane are dealing in dirty money.
Dad, shh, what?
I've done me research. Had a friend look into their background files. James is dealing in sex trafficking and slavery.
That is a serious leap.
Deadly serious.
Okay, you're serious. But how do you know? You're sure?
I walked in on MaryAnn doing a bit of a dance while she was polishing the master's woodwork.
What?
Keep your voice down. When I asked if they had recording devices in this room, Mary blinked her eyes like this. SOS.
Really?
Aye, froze right up when she saw me, she did. But she's a sharp one. I reckon we're on the same side. She could be gathering intel for the IRA.
Intel?
The war's still going on, boy. Imperialism. Everyone has just gotten smarter about it. 5G. But there will be a big upheaval with the north of Ireland to do with the Brexit. And I have to imagine Jane's family money will be tied very heavily to all that. Her family being dirty Tories now.
But then okay, well, okay. This is all well and good, but the proposal.
Where's the metal?
Shit. MaryAnn must have it.
Do you think she'd be brave enough to corner James alone? What with the situation being what it is?
Gentlemen,
Oh, fucking fucks!
Jane!
I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
No, sorry. Dad just gets a touch jumpy sometimes. Don't you, Dad?
The mistress of the night.
Sorry.
You run a tight operation, very Sherlock / Moriarty.
Well, we have our duties. We wouldn't want any of our family or friends gallivanting in other boglands with people who are beneath them, would we? I'll be back down in a few minutes. As you were, Captain Paddy.
Jane nods to both and scurries up the stairs.
How did she know you were a captain?
I'm going to check in with MaryAnn, see if there's more to be learned.
Dad.
Jane hovering at the top of the stair, listening.
Yes, Paddy.
You still love me, right?
Don't go getting all sentimental on me in this when we're in enemy territory.
Mickey exits. Eliza bounds in through the ballroom door with James.
Paddy and I are all finished up. Paddy, is everything all right?
Yeah, all good.
It's just your hand's a bit clammy.
We were caught in a monsoon.
Surely you warmed up by now. It looks as if you're sweating a bit. Are you sure you're all right?
James, can you and I have a word?
Let's throw another log on the fire.
James and Paddy exit.
How long have you been lurking there?
Daughter, we haven't much time. They could be back any second.
Why?
Now, answer me truthfully. Do you love this riffraff?
What?
The Irishman.
It's complicated.
Love is never complicated, daughter. It's marriage that is complicated. And before you run off and tie the knot with that shillelagh swinger...
Mother, we've never talked about marriage.
Well, good. Never mind then. What do you think would happen if he were to propose and you said no?
Well, I imagine he would be extremely upset. He's always had a temper.
How extreme?
I imagine he'd have a fit and leave.
What would be the worst case scenario?
I don't know, Mother. I lock the doors and burn the house down?
My love.
We were just talking about you.
We were talking about you.
James enters.
So, how about that drink, Paddy?
Mickey enters.
Eliza, join me for a toast?
Look at this, the whole big family all in the same room.
You're right. Far too many people breathing the same air. I'll just have a quick lie down, shall I?
What am I hitting you with, Paddy?
Excuse me?
I'm going to whip your boy up something good.
Why did you say it that way, Jimmy?
I'm sorry, what do you call it?
Pour.
Sorry?
You could pour him a drink.
Well, yes. If he'd like, I'm happy to whip it up. but he'd have to let me know what he likes first.
I can't say lash and rain, but you can go on with all your BDSM lingo.
Jane entering back down the stairs, just as MaryAnn enters through the kitchen doorway.
I'd be fine with a whiskey, thanks. Eliza, something special?
So bold. I've read articles about sociopaths flirting with danger. It's almost as if they're asking to be caught.
Make it a double? Duh, come on. A drink in every hand.
I'm sorry. I seem to have missed something.
So have I.
Well, that makes 3 of us.
Holy Trinity, no doubt.
Well, I'm not quite sure what this is all about, but surely we must be nearing dinner, MaryAnn. Yes?
Yes, my dear. 5 minutes. I'll be back momentarily.
I'll come with you.
They both exit.
I'm gonna see if I can track down my jacket, Dad. You know, for the... Bless you, Mom. Sorry. It's okay if I call you Mom, right?
Paddy exit.
Where does the help keep running off to Jimmy? I saw some peculiar things earlier.
Evidently, there's wood being polished.
Wood? Well, must be in the kitchen or dining area, I presume. It's the only parts of the wing of the house where we have wood.
And what about the other wings, Jimmy? Seems to be a nice dark mahogany everywhere.
Oh, that's right. We never gave you a proper tour. Would you like to come with me for a quick spin?
Got a wheel down there, do you? I don't fancy torture chambers.
Oh, no. No, nothing like that under this roof.
You've leather, right?
I've been known on occasion to wear some. But who doesn't like a good leather jacket?
Friendly with Epstein.
Who is Epstein, my dear husband?
Epstein? Never met the man. Friend of Prince Andy's, isn't he, dear?
Dinner being plated.
So there are dungeons then. Keep them at your other properties, do you?
What other properties?
Oh, Daddy, you bought the house in the Bahamas. Oh, how exciting! I thought that was meant to be a surprise for Mother.
It was meant to be a surprise.
Keeping secrets from your own family, Jimmy, old boy.
Old boy?
Mickey, look, I have no idea what you're going on about.
Daddy, what's happening? You didn't tell Mickey already, did you?
Tell Mickey what, Liza?
Daddy, you promised.
No, I haven't told Mickey anything. You and I'd only just finished talking.
MaryAnn enters back in through the hallway.
What were you talking with our daughter about, James?
It's a secret.
What's everyone all tight about?
Truly, I have no idea how all this conversation began.
Oh, it's very easy nowadays, you see, Jimmy. What with the internet, pulling people's dark secrets.
I'm sorry, is it getting racial?
Eliza, stay out of it.
No, first there were the offhand comments about lashings and whipping.
He was talking about the weather.
Thank you, MaryAnn. I've been reading, as I mentioned, many articles where the oppressor actually subverts his psychological understanding of his narrative and believes himself to be the victim.
No, this has gone on long enough. I cannot stand by as a psychologist entering the field and allow the subtleties of racism and white privilege to penetrate the walls of my father's house.
My family's money built this house, not your father's.
Mother!
Because I wanted to be closer to you in New York, my dear daughter. I wanted to pull your father away from old habits.
Yes, Jimmy, what might those old habits be?
Daddy.
Master? Mr. James?
Ah, see, Master James. Ah, this has everything to do with privilege, my dear little
Oh,
Eliza.
do not patronize me, you bumbling, paranoid alcoholic.
Oh, the cat has claws, has it?
Mr. Kavanaugh, do not speak to my daughter that way. This is all just one huge misunderstanding.
Paddy bursting back into the room from the hallway, wearing his jacket.
Ah, I've got it. Yeah, I'm excited too, Jane. Woo! Okay, okay. Let's
Ready?
do.
For a proper celebration?
What surprise, Paddy?
Well, I do have a bit of a surprise, Eliza.
Go on now, my boy. Get on with it.
There's a surprise.
Mother?
Jane?
He's not his boy. Mickey's not even his real father.
Quiet now, Mrs. Banks.
Jane, you don't want to go spoil a perfectly good evening.
That's right, Mrs. Banks. He's a proper man now. Must be 12 stone.
These pikey Mick people are in my house.
It'll soon be our house as well, Mrs. Banks.
What?
What?
Well, if everything goes as planned. Hadn't just told me.
Get these terrorists out.
Oh, terrorists? Bit much, Mother, don't you think?
Yes, Jane, please, let's just be sensible and all try and rationalize. What is going on?
Jane is
Terrorists!
clinging to the
Pikey
banner.
terrorists!
Mother! Daddy, I told you she'd look like she'd gone off earlier. Mother, calm down.
Don't harm my family. Please, God.
Has she always been this way?
Black and tans don't change their hides. Do it now, Paddy.
Dad, this isn't the right time.
Elizabeth, Sarah.
Eliza, my love, I.
Jane!
Jane turns, tumbles down the stairs, not moving. End of Act 1. Baby. Love. I am at the house right now. I was gonna come over a little bit. I'm just having a little snack. Oh,
go.
Okay, all right, I can do that. You are a wild one. All right, baby, I'll see you shortly.
Act 2, Scene 1. Later the same evening, the drawing room. The lighting is dimmer than before, perhaps a few calming lavender candles to give up an extra glow to the room. We see Jane lying stiff on the couch, perfectly cared for. This could have been her deathbed. A few plates and glasses litter the lounge table. A long flash of lightning from just beyond the window strobes the room. For the first time, we see James sitting in one of the chairs, staring out into the stormy nights. The flash is followed by a roll of thunder. James raises his cigar to his mouth and strikes a match to light it. He begins to puff gently to get the cigar going. James looks to Jane, still in complete stillness on the couch. MaryAnn enters from the kitchen door, bringing a mug of coffee to James.
Sir? She finally managed then?
Yes.
Well, she looked peaceful at least. Amazing how she could look this beautiful, even distressed like she was. Reminds me of me mum. At least you'll be free now to have a bit of peace for yourself.
Jane lets out a monstrous snore.
That's what I was waiting for. She's deep in it now. We'll take a Mack truck to wake her once she hits REM.
Are you holding up all right? What with everything, well, blowing up?
Oh, this isn't blown up. It will all be a funny misunderstanding when everyone looks back on it.
Don't jinx us now, my love. Careful. She wakes from the dead.
No, we've 3/4 of an hour at minimum. Where are the others?
Finishing a round of Egyptian rat screw in the billiards hall.
Egyptian what?
I hadn't heard of it either. All the rage here in America, apparently. The kids are teaching Mickey now.
What's the premise?
That's a bit like war, but firing on impulse rather than reason, it seems.
Ah, makes sense.
How is your blood pressure, love?
Why, are you hoping to redirect the blood flow?
You dog.
I'm telling you, she's out cold.
MaryAnn leans over James, a bit like Spider-Man, and kisses him tenderly.
I'm going to tell her tonight.
No, Jimmy, you can't.
Why not?
Tonight.
Yes.
You know.
Shh, it's okay. I've been thinking it over. Every possible reaction she could have, every seismic shift it could take. Run the statistics.
I'm sure you have it all worked out, but you can't tonight.
Why not?
Eliza.
What?
You'll upstage Eliza.
What on earth do you mean?
Paddy's proposal, of course.
Jane convulses and lets out a tremendous snore.
Paddy plans to propose tonight?
Yes. Why do you look so alarmed? I thought you knew. I thought you were fond of him.
Well, I am fond of him, very fond, but he can't go through with it.
Well, why not?
Well, Maze, listen. Eliza pulled me into the ballroom earlier to tell me she means to break it off. She's been seeing some other bloke for quite some time now.
Oh.
She's in love, truly in love. He's a prince.
Aren't they all?
No, a literal prince. I believe from a long line, she says.
Oh, but poor Paddy. He's so smitten.
If he truly loves her, he'll want her happiness. It's like us, isn't it?
Eliza knows about us.
Oh, God, no. I'd never tell her. Not till we're ready. No one knows.
Jane lets out another tremendous snore.
That sounds practically like a dead one.
Apnea. Sleepwalks, something awful too.
She ought to have one of those machines, do you reckon?
Right, something to look into. Anyhow, Eliza said she'd planned to have the bloke round near 9 o'clock tonight so she can have him meet everyone. Just sort of rip the Band-Aid off, so to speak. Said she's been hiding herself behind an over-sexualized mask with Paddy.
How so?
To try and make him feel loved. Something about 5 languages that lovers have. Paddy's in touch, evidently. Well,
What does that mean exactly?
it was all just fucking, hardly any lovemaking, her words.
Well, kids watch too much porn nowadays. Oh, poor Paddy. This is sentimental.
Eh, I don't envy him. But he's a good-looking lad and evidently very accomplished in technique. Couple of months, he'll bounce back. I'm more worried about how Mickey will take it, truth be told.
God, he has the ring on him now. By the looks of it, he went out on quite a limb, probably to impress you.
I'll buy the ring off and make him whole. Least I can do. We had better run some interference, stall them so that Paddy can't pop off at the wrong moment.
Smart.
Now, Eliza mustn't know I've told you. She swore me to secrecy.
Then I distract Paddy. You handle Eliza.
And what about Mickey?
I'll pour him a heavy drink.
I love you.
I know. Do you ever think sometimes the right people find each other at the wrong times?
Soon.
They exit. Jane's eyes shoot open. She's been awake. She sits up and goes to the bar. Takes out a glass and takes out the gin. Pours herself a heavy glass. And then takes a long pull from the bottle. She sits back down on the couch, clutching the gin bottle. An idea. Jane takes out her purse and pulls out her cell phone. She dials.
Westchester Police Operator 1908. What is your emergency?
Hello?
Hello, ma'am. What is your emergency?
I put you on speakerphone. I need to report a domestic terror incident in my house.
She begins smearing some makeup, particularly her lipstick, painting her image of a distressed woman throughout.
Right, okay. First, ma'am, are you in a safe place?
For now.
Do you or anyone else require medical emergency services?
Not yet, but we will soon. The domestic terrorists, they are coming.
Ma'am, did you say terrorists? Are you in a safe location? Can you barricade the entrance?
Get here now.
Ma'am, I need you to calm down. Can you confirm you are in a safe place? And can you please speak into the phone? Are you with me, ma'am? I think I can hear you breathing into the phone. It's okay. I'm here with you, ma'am. Please speak up. Are the terrorists armed?
Yes, they've brainwashed my husband.
Ma'am, can you please just give me your address? Firearms confirmed.
He doesn't love me anymore. Not that he ever really did.
Your address, ma'am, please.
My address is oh bloody fuck, I don't know. I can't even think straight. I barely know what country I'm in. It's on Olivier Street.
You're in America, ma'am. Oliver and what? Across street?
Fuck it all. I know I must have it in here somewhere.
Are you alone?
Of course I'm alone. The bastard is leaving me.
Footsteps. Jane drops the phone on the table and throws herself back onto the couch. The door swings open and James walks in, over to check on Jane. He sees the bottle of gin.
cheeky little night walker, aren't you?
James sets the bottle down loudly on the speaker of the cell phone and then on the table, sort of rattling it until it finds a proper resting place.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, are you all right? Are you still there, ma'am?
James looks down at the phone.
Your address or cross street, ma'am?
Hello?
Hello, sir. May I ask who I'm speaking with?
My name is Mr. Banks. James Banks. May I ask whom I have the sincere pleasure of speaking with?
This is Westchester Police Operator 1908. Are you in a safe place?
Yes, this is my home. May I ask what all the fuss is about?
Do you or anyone else require medical emergency services?
Oh, no. All fine here. My wife is just having a bit of an episode.
Sir?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. She's gone off a med, see, a bit gaga at the moment, but she'll come round. Took a bit of a tumble down the stairs, a little bruising, but she's sleeping it off now.
Sir, are you able to put her onto the phone for me?
Afraid I can't. She's not conscious at the moment, you see. Bit topsy-turvy, what with the Ambien. Not even sure if she's taken it. Must have dialed you while sleepwalking.
Mr. Banks, can you confirm your address? We are going to dispatch an emergency vehicle and a peace officer just to make sure that things are going all right.
He comes through the ballroom door.
That won't be necessary. No.
James desperately tries to turn the speakerphone off with his shaking fingers.
Mr. Banks, we have reports from your wife about a domestic terror incident in your home.
James managed to get the phone off speaker.
No. I'm sorry. You must have misheard. We get a poor signal in the drawing room. The house is massive after all. Practically have to scream to be heard round here. That's better. Can you hear me now?
James walks to the door to the kitchen. Jane sits up. Mickey pulls a ream of packing tape off the bookshelf. Jane takes off her heel and brandishes it wildly.
You!
Domestic terrorist, eh?
Don't you come near me, you Mickey Nick.
Jane opens her mouth to scream, but Mickey covers her mouth with his hands.
No, Mrs. Banks. You won't be making any more noise tonight. Now, not a peep out of you. Here?
Mickey begins taping Jane's mouth shut with a plastic packing tape straight from the tape roller. He makes quick work of it, an old pro, wrapping her mouth, her arms, binding her hands and her legs, muttering after her all the while.
Domestic terrorist. I'll show you a proper domestic terrorist. You be careful what you feckin' wish for. Self-fulfilling prophecy this is. You Brits like drama. Ought to write a play about it. The night the Tanny spoke. Don't you think? Love. And it's not over yet. I'm going to shove ya in here closet and make you listen while my Paddy proposes to your beautiful daughter. And I'll do all I can to assure they consummate their joyous occasion on this here couch. So you'll have to hear our familiar lines merging.
Mickey shoves her into the closet and shuts the door.
You like that, won't you? Second Duchess of Marlborough. Fair. Bless Google.
MaryAnn enters the room with Paddy to see Mickey yelling at a wall.
Oh, perfect. Mickey?
Oh, people, how wonderful.
I wanted to talk to you both, about the big surprise for the evening.
Eliza enters.
Have you seen Daddy?
We took the phone down to the kitchen.
Oh, cheers, Mickey.
She exits.
Isn't she just breathtaking?
Indeed. Paddy.
I'm going to do it now. I can't wait any longer.
About that?
I'm going to burst all over. I've been building towards this for so long. I knew in my heart of hearts from the very moment I met her, she was the one. But I was too scared. I thought we were moving too fast. So I slowed down. I waited. But not tonight. I'm right on the edge.
Right, boy. Let me see the goods.
MaryAnn is doing Olympic-style puzzle solving in her head, and Paddy pulls out the ring.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Whew. How much was that? That was the damage then?
Let's just say she has 116,000 reasons to say yes.
Hey, that well down at the yard, eh?
That was about a year's base salary before overtime.
God, you could have done with a measure of string and bought yourself a house. More romantic in my mind.
Love makes fools of us all.
Oh, you don't say.
It has to be perfect. The moment of the ask. Did you get the key lime pie?
That's part of the ask.
It's for just after she says yes. A year and a half ago, I asked her how she imagined getting married, and she said she'd rather have a wedding full of pies than a wedding cake. Key lime is her favorite, and I ordered it from her favorite sweets place. Tell me it's in the fridge.
I have it in the icebox, aye.
And I brought the heavy whipped cream. From the dairy farm, just like you requested.
Perfect. MaryAnn, if you can set to work whipping, as soon as Eliza screams yes, creamy pie should be coming out.
Your phrasing could use a bit of work, lad.
Yes, I'll work on that. Okay, everyone ready? Break!
James walks in, still on the phone.
Yes, fine. No, I understand completely. Send whomever you must.
James, might I have a quick word?
James silences Paddy with a stern dad finger to say one moment, then heads back upstairs.
Well, yes, there are firearms in the house. Her father was an avid fox hunter, but we keep all those locked away. There's a few single-fire muskets as well, but...
Best get after him, boy.
In walks Eliza from the kitchen hallway.
Daddy, if it's a work call, it can wait. This is getting ridiculous.
Paddy shares an instantaneous look to MaryAnn, who shakes her head no. Paddy looks to Mickey, who nods his head yes. James enters on the staircase, horror-struck. James hangs up. Paddy drops to a knee, ripping the ass of his borrowed sweatpants clear down the middle. James freezes. Eliza freezes. Everyone fucking freezes. Paddy swallows his pride and soldiers on.
Eliza, I have loved you from the very moment I laid eyes on you.
A muffled, high-pitched squealing comes from the closet. Mickey hears it first, stepping in front of the door. Everyone in the room looks at Mickey, who in turn does his best excited squealing impression to match Jane's squealing coming from inside the closet. Paddy continues.
Eliza, your beauty, your intellect, but most importantly, your empathetic understanding of what it means to be human has made me...
More squealing. This time, Mickey does a little dance and clasps his hands over his mouth in mock excitement.
I want to stand by you during your lifelong pursuits in the humanities. Learn from you to be better, to be always...
Jane kicks the inside of the closet, and Mickey throws his weight against it, stamping his foot in time with each of Jane's kicks.
Da! Are you all right?
Sure. Just I can't contain me joy any longer. Get to the point, boy.
Elizabeth Sarah Banks, will you marry me?
No.
What?
What?
Yeah, I was trying to warn you, son.
You know what they say, what doesn't kill you.
Wait. Everyone just shut up for a moment. Eliza.
I can't. I have to go.
Eliza runs out the door to the ballroom.
Eliza, can you at least tell me why?
Paddy chases after her, ash cheeks flapping in the open seat.
Oh, that went over like a ton of bricks.
Ton of feathers.
What?
They both weigh the same.
What do we do now, Maze?
She's jumped out the ballroom window.
Oh, well, that's a good thing that it's the ballroom window and it's on the ground level then.
Oh, right.
She's a sharp one. I said it when I first met her.
Right? I'm going after her.
Paddy, wait.
I'm cutting her off out the front door.
Go to the garden.
Make sure to comfort him. I don't want this getting any further out of hand.
I'll stake out the street in case she manages to break past either of you. She won't get far.
Just as they all exit, bookshelf spins on its axis, a secret serving door built into the drawing room. Eliza steps out from behind it. She looks around for a hiding place. Shouts of, "Liza, Eliza, Elizabeth" can be heard from the walls beyond. She sees the closet. Perfect. She rushes to it, throwing the door open.
What? Mother? Oh my God, you freak of gin.
Unintelligible. Eliza bends down to help Jane, but there's no time.
Mother, I will come back for you. Don't make a sound. It's too dangerous.
Eliza slams the closet door shut.
Eliza, dear.
Oh, Daddy, thank God.
Quick, we haven't much time. The police will be round any minute. We have to pack our things.
Daddy, Mother's in the closet.
You're just discovering this. Really, Eliza?
Daddy, she's...
My dear little one, we should have told you long ago, but I'm afraid that...
Told me what?
Well, she's always hidden away this part of herself. Strong family influence, you see, bit of self-denial.
No, Daddy.
Really, Eliza, at first we thought we'd keep it all together for the family's sake just till you were grown, but then David came along as a sort of whoopsie, and we thought, well, we'd better hold it together until he turned 18.
Her lipstick and her heels.
Eliza points to the discarded heels.
Eliza, truly, with all your worldly understanding and work in the humanities, Mommy is what one might call a lipstick lesbian. Very fit. Not all lesbians are the buzz cut, butchy motorbike kind.
Dad, please don't mansplain lesbian to me.
Naturally, I had thought you'd make 4 out of 2 and 2 by now. Then again, your mother always kept that icy demeanor. Fantastic poker player, never really showed much of anything, as a matter of fact. Part of our issue in the bedroom, you see.
Daddy.
Right. Listen, no time for chat. I know this all must be rather shocking, but you and I must pack. We need to go now.
I'll be just a moment.
But I love you, little one. I'm sorry we had to break the news to you this way.
James is off up the stairs. David, 17, Eliza's younger brother, wears tight skater emo hipster clothes.
David, you will never begin to believe.
Quite the chaos. I was watching from outside for a moment. Got interrogated by this barrel-chested Irishman.
Eliza!
Oh, God. You haven't seen me.
What is going on?
I'll explain more soon. Oh, Mum's in the closet.
Yeah, I know.
Ah!
Eliza!
Eliza slips behind the bookshelf. Just as Paddy enters the room, David ducks behind the bar to avoid Paddy. Paddy exits towards the front room. David looks around, takes it all in. He picks up the roll of packing tape from the lounge table and sits, nestling himself into the gentleman's lounger in the far corner. Eliza slips out from behind the bookshelf. She runs up the stairs. David watches. MaryAnn backs out through the kitchen door. She's holding the key lime pie with all the beautiful cream topping.
Come on, Paddy. I've got something to cheer you up. Paddy.
Paddy comes running down the front hall just as MaryAnn turns. Paddy tries to stop himself, but too late. He collides with MaryAnn. The key lime pie and whipped cream spills all down the front of his stomach and his crotch.
Oh, shit, fuck, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, Paddy, sorry, it's me. You should be sorry.
No, I really shouldn't have been running. It's just all the mayhem.
But here, give me that. Let me help you get cleaned up.
I just...
There now.
I still can't find Eliza.
David picks up a bowl of pretzels to sit and watch the show.
I don't understand it. The
dichotomy of it all.
What's that?
Interdependency, this and that, in order for some people to be together and to be happy, others have to be, alone.
What? Huh? Are you saying I'm going to be alone?
Oh, you didn't phrase that properly. Here, pop your shirt off. I get it in the wash and we can get you cleaned up.
Paddy starts pulling off his shirts. Now he's just in the assless sweatpants with a mess on the front. James enters from the stairs at a clip.
God, you've got it all over the floor. There's such a mess.
Here, give me the ring, or the rag. I'll finish myself off.
James staring at the shirtless, assless Paddy, MaryAnn on her knees in front of him. Mickey walks in from the front hall, seeing the opposite scene from the other side. It is equally as bad.
Maze!
Well, you made quick work grieving the relationship, didn't you?
Ah, Jimmy, there you are.
Dirty cream rag wiping her fingers. It looks about as suspect as physically possible.
Oh my God. Paddy and I had a bit of an accident, hadn't we, Paddy?
I see nothing funny about it.
Oh, God.
Sorry, James. It's just I was upset, and MaryAnn was trying to comfort me, and we sort of bumped into each other, and the cream pie went everywhere.
Paddy.
Right, phrasing. Sorry.
Something turns over in James, something primal.
Comfort the boy, I said. Not suck him off to make him feel better.
Down. Bloody fine, Jimmy.
I don't care what time of the month it is, you no good Irish tart.
Whoa, Dad. Hi.
No, not now, David. David!
Now, let's not get carried away, Jimmy, old boy.
Oh, stop calling me old boy, you racist Mick.
Whoa, Dad.
I call me old friends, old boy, old boy.
Daddy, what's going on?
No one calls my father a Mick.
You Irish are all bloody rabbits. Can't take your mind off reproducing unless it's to suck the whiskey teat.
Jimmy, you've gone mad.
Sir, honestly, it was just a cream pie.
Daddy.
If you say pie one more time, I will fist you to death.
Fist him to death. That'd be a hell of a violent way to go.
Daddy, what's going on?
I reckon he means punch with his fist. To death, of course.
James, pulling a glove from the top of his packed overnight bag, throwing it to the ground at Paddy's feet.
I demand satisfaction.
Satisfaction? What is this, 1500?
Now, wait a minute.
I invoke the Irish Code of Duello. My grievance is with Patrick Michael Kavanagh. You, sir, shut your mouth.
Please, James, this is a huge mistake.
Boy, you come into my house. You insult the honor of my daughter by pursuing her even after she refuses you. You defile her flower before marriage.
Now, wait just a moment.
Well, that was consensual.
You cream pie the love of my life. Accept the terms or your family name lives forever in disgrace.
No, I'm not going to duel you, James. This is ridiculous. Isn't it, Dad?
Take up the challenge. It's a matter of honor now, boy. Go on.
Honor?
Jimmy, be reasonable.
More important than water, honor is.
James, would you listen to me?
You have the choice of weapon. What will it be?
You mean which, sword?
Sword it is.
Wait! No! The lad doesn't know the sword. He hardly knows how to work with a hammer.
I don't know the sword. I don't know anything about duels.
Paddy, demand the pistols. Pistols, boy.
Pistols?
It's your right. Rule 16 of the code. The challenged selects preference of weapons.
Oh, that's quite enough, Mickey.
I demand duel by pistol.
Very well. I'll prepare the set of pistols. I'll see you at a quarter after. I hope you have your affairs in order.
James storms out the door to the ballroom.
Daddy, wait! Stop this!
Eliza chases after him.
Eliza, wait.
Who the hell is this?
Who the hell are you?
I'm David.
Hi, David.
David, have you seen Eliza's new bloke?
You mean Adria?
What kind of name is Adria?
Eliza has a new bloke?
Afraid so. Did I just break the news? It's a bit awkward. Well, with all that's happened and you dueling for your life and all, it might be best to know that even if you do die, she won't be lonely.
Yeah, I suppose that's good.
And if you do manage, early inheritance, so win for me, really. Right, okay. Not the best time for a joke, I take it. Well, I'm going to go leave you to it and see if I can find out and Eliza real quick and just have a little chat, talk some sense.
David heads off in pursuit of Eliza. Mickey walks to the bar, pours a whiskey, takes a pull from the bottle. He brings the whiskey poured back to Paddy.
You've done well. Drink up.
Dad, I can't duel with pistols.
Sure you can.
I've never shot a gun.
You have shot a gun. Remember going to the range when you were 6 years of age? When the pigeon flew right into my line of sight?
I guess I tried to block that out. Dad, where are you going?
Just a quick errand. I'll be back in a minute to give you some pointers.
Dad, am I gonna die?
We all die, boy. The only things that count is that you die well.
And with that parting advice, Mickey is out the front door. Paddy sits on the lounge table. He begins to cry.
Oh, sure enough. It's been a rough day for you, lad. Listen, I reckon we've time for a decade of the rosary, just for some extra protection, if you'd like to join.
Decade of what?
Don't tell me you're not Catholic. What with your dad from Dublin 3?
I don't know what I am. I don't know what I'm going to do. I should,
You can't run, lad. Your fears will always chase you. You'll never know any rest. Sometimes the best thing to do is to look your ghosts straight in the eye and walk through them. Walking through ghosts is the only way to make them disappear.
Ghosts?
That's right, boy. Trust me. If you don't face your ghosts, you'll never be free of them. Go on, son. It's okay to not know what to say. Oh, it smells coconut.
Oh, coconut oil. Coconut oil is, well, it's good lube.
Paddy, come on. Pray with me.
But
What, was your mother a Protestant?
I never knew my mother.
Don't worry, God doesn't judge. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
You know...
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
My father...
Yes? Hail Mary, full of grace.
What's the biggest ghost you've had to face?
Michael Patrick Smith.
Who's...
My husband. Well, late husband. Father of my child.
I'm sorry, I didn't...
Murdered. In front of me. In our home. Well, safe house.
That's ironic.
I was 19 years of age. My wee boy were taken from my arms hours later. And me howling. Michael's brother was fleeing to start a new life here in America. See, and well, I weren't capable of providing for a little one, on my own. And my eyes are gone leaky. I didn't mean to go all watery on you.
It's okay. You don't need to apologize. Fuck God.
Oh, Language.
Oh, sorry. Right. I meant fuck God, not fuck God. I mean, I can't imagine.
Ah, it were the right thing to do. It were the only thing to do. It took me a long time to bury that ghost.
You never found your son.
Michael's brother were very good at disappearing, feckin' Houdini he is. And with the line of things he were involved in, it were necessary. But then, how am I ever to know? Buried all that deep in the soil of myself. We have to go on living. It's the only thing to do in the face of heartache.
You know, my dad's not even my dad.
Mickey,
It's not even his real name.
but you all look identical. What, some 30 years between?
I know. I just learned before dinner.
Ah, Mickey's not your father.
No, he's my uncle.
Ah, well.
Both sit in the heavy silence. Then it dawns on them.
Jesus. Jesus, Mary.
Second Joseph. Are you?
Fucking... What has Mickey told you about your mother and father?
He says my real dad, his brother, was killed in Ireland when they were younger during the Troubles. Said that he was being hidden by the IRA and that his brother, rest his soul, was mistaken for him.
Robert took Michael's name to keep the ruse alive. Mickey, Bobby, and Mickey Smith.
What?
I'm your mom. Oh,
Mom, but how do you? You're my mom.
No, show me the back of your left butt thigh.
What? What the what?
The birthmark. You have a birthmark on the outer left cheek in your butt thigh region.
David enters the ballroom just as Paddy props a leg up on the arm of the sofa and pulls the torn crack of his pants to expose his birthmark.
Holy hell, I do!
She kisses his side cheek in a motherly way. David exits back up the stairs.
I said it right when I met him this evening. I shook his hand. Mickey, I said. And he struck me something wicked familiar. Smile. Mischief's in his eye. Lord, it must be 29 years.
I'm 30 last month.
The 3rd of March, 91. I know. You were just a year old when it happened. You're not a Kavanagh. And Patrick, after my Michael's middle name. Oh, Paddy, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. My son.
No, Mom, don't apologize. This is wonderful. I've always wished I'd get to meet you. I used to dream of going to Ireland and finding you.
James enters from the ballroom door, a pistol in each hand. MaryAnn pulls Paddy into a full-body hug, kissing him repeatedly all over the forehead and face. Between her kisses,
Patrick, Michael Smith, I love you, and you are mine, and you will always be mine.
Mickey enters down the front hall. He now wears a black t-shirt and black beanie. He has round sunglasses on. Across each shoulder is a bandolier full of rounds. He has an AK-47 assault rifle and a shoulder strap with an Uzi, a cigar in his mouth.
Well, that's salt in the wound, you dirty...
That'll be quite enough, Mr. Banks. No bearless scum talks to one of my people that way and lives to tell the tale.
What the fuck? Where did you...
Back room of a pawn shop just down the block. Passed it this afternoon on me walk over from the train. I had a healthy supply.
But how did you?
It only set me back 200 quid. And I can return them used for a 3/4 refund within 30 days. No questions asked.
Wow, that's really...
Reasonable, I know. And at this time of night.
But Dad...
Fucking easy in this country. They didn't even ID me. Just asked what I needed it for.
And you said?
A family matter to settle. That was it.
Robert!
How'd you know that name?
Robert! It's me! Mary!
Holy shite, goblin on a Tuesday. Mary! It can't be. Mary!
I know!
MaryAnn O'Sullivan. Count your stars, oh Lord, I would have known. Hadn't it been for the 30 years, but you were such a wee thing at 19. How the hell, Jesus, what divine?
Boom. The closet door swings open, revealing Jane.
Jesus!
Oh, Jane, what happened?
Are you all right?
Good Lord, who's done this to you?
James, Paddy, and MaryAnn all rush to tell Simeon. Mickey slowly backs away and Barry, don't mind me, tips.
How long have you been in there?
I don't know. I fell asleep.
Can you stand?
I think this Irish prick tied me up. What's happened? How did it all play out? Are the two of them betrothed then?
Well, weren't easy on the gin, didn't we?
No more than her usual, it seems.
I'm fine. I just need water.
Got it.
And where is...
Mickey waves. Jane screams again.
Hell is empty and all the devils are here!
Jane, dear, get hold of yourself. It's 1:15. We've business to attend to. Patrick, your weapon.
James hands Paddy a pistol. Eliza enters with David. Seeing Mickey, she instinctively pushes David behind her.
James, no! He's my son!
What?
Adria, Syrian in modern hipster wear. He is wearing a yellow shirt.
Hello?
Who's that?
Hello, Eliza, my love. Holy fuck. La 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 la.
Terrorists are working together!
Everyone, this is Adria. He's the love of my life. Adria, meet everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Adria.
Adria.
Oh, Adria.
So dinner went well, I take it.
He's a funny terrorist, isn't he?
That's my shirt.
Excuse me?
Paddy.
Don't Paddy me. You said you hated that shirt.
No, I said it washed you out.
So you're Paddy then? Oh man, no. It's nice to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you.
Everyone, shut up! Shut up! MaryAnn, you have a son?
I was wedded to Robert's brother, Michael Patrick Smith, when I was 19. Gave birth to a boy. Michael was soon killed in the Troubles, and Michael's brother, Robert here, fled with that boy to New York. Robert took Michael's name in order to make the Black and Tans think they'd gotten their target.
Bloody hell.
Maze?
No one dies today, James.
I don't feel like I should be here.
Well, we can't let these dirty micks and the carpet rioter get away with this.
Jane grabs the pistol out of James's hand, pointing it at James, Paddy, and then at Mickey. James pulls a sword from the wall. Eliza steps forward, grabbing the twin pistols out of Paddy's hand. Mickey raises both the assault rifle and an Uzi, one at each of the Banks' women.
Mother? No.
Eliza takes the pistol and points it to her own neck. Boom, the front door crashes open. Bang, Jane's finger slips on the trigger and her musket ball flies past Eliza and embeds itself deep into the wall. Everyone's eyes go to the hole in the wall and then back to Jane. Turning the front hall corner are two police officers in full SWAT technical gear.
Eliza, wait, no.
Eliza,
Stop it! Stop it! This has gone on far enough!
Eliza, still with the gun to her neck, she grabs her brother, holding David tight in front of her. She puts her head directly on top of his and places the gun under his chin. Officer Spinetti, Italian-American. Officer O'Brien, Irish-American.
We have shots fired. Situation at Operation Banks bailout. 7 subjects, no casualties. Fragile situation. I repeat, fragile situation. Second team, stand down.
James moves to stand between his children and the police officers.
Ma'am, you don't need to do anything drastic. Just
Clearly I do, because it's the only way to be heard. Now that I have all of your attention, I have something to say. This madness has gone on long enough. I have no respect left for any of you. Daddy, shame on you. Where has your compartmentalized irrational anger led? You are meant to be a king. You have turned years of systemic oppression and built a new kingdom. You have 2 beautiful children. Don't throw all that away by killing this boy. Mickey, I literally have no words. The trauma that you have endured, the freshness of that suffering, which clearly has become the lifeblood from which you draw your energy, is so beyond me that I am at a loss. I only ask for forgiveness for my ancestors' part in it and implore you not to let your pain and anger define your character. And Mother, you need to swallow your bigoted privilege. You need to face who you really are. These people are guests in our home. What happened to hospitality? What happened to feeding and watering your neighbors or even your enemies before you met them on the battlefield? Your xenophobic racism needs to be cut out like a cancer. And no one can do that for you but yourself. Paddy, I'm sorry. I owe you my words. I love you, but I am not in love with you. And it's very complicated. And the sex was very good. But I am in love with Adria. I am in love with his story, the history of his family's struggle and oppression, the genocide against his peoples. I love the fact that he is named after the Adriatic Sea, that he's descended of a prince pulled from his mother's belly as they crossed, fleeing their war-torn country. I have spent my life studying the humanities and in the pursuit of a better, more sustainable world. But to get there, we all must work together. Now, Daddy, I'm going to walk out that door with Adria and no one is going to stop me. Think about these words as you sit with yourselves tonight. We all have work to do. It starts now.
Eliza's let go of David, keeping the pistol pointed at her chin, grabs Adria's hand, and together they walk out into the night. The silence is dense, and it takes however long it needs to.
Michael fucking Kavanagh? Is that you then? Hey, Spinetti, didn't I say that chap walking out of the pawn shop looked like Mickey fucking Kavanagh?
O'Brien, you Southie son of a bitch. How the hell are you? Spinetti, your ma's still making her meatballs we love so much?
Sadly, she's passed on, Mickey.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but I have the meatball recipe, and my hubby is a pussy whip stay-at-home type. He does it justice. Yeah. Well then, why don't we all hop down at a corner for a Guinness?
Aye, I could go for a pint. You two get started, I'll be right behind you. What a joyous day for all of us. I've not felt this alive since I was shooting up tannies across the bog.
Robert, thank you for keeping my Paddy safe.
Dad, I'm going to head upstairs. I think I need a hot shower and a lie down.
Is that you that smells of urine then?
They all look at the floor around David and see a puddle.
Go ahead, son. I'll be right behind you.
David exits up the stairs.
Maze.
Jimmy.
It's been a confusing night, and I know this isn't the most romantic moment, but now that the cat's out of the bag, will you marry me?
We could do it now if you like. I'm an officiate at the Catholic Church. Spent some time as an undercover priest.
Mickey.
Right.
Well, what do you say?
Jimmy, after everything that's happened tonight, your inability to take a deep breath, and I just...
Maze, I'm sorry.
You promise to never hide your love for me, to be honest, and to grow into the man you're meant to be.
I promise.
Well then, yes, Jimmy.
James rips a piece of thread from something and ties it around her finger. They kiss.
Now I've got to run upstairs and check on my boy.
And I need to check on mine.
Come on, Mom. I'll go up with you. I need to borrow some new clothes anyhow. Bit breezy in the back here. James, do you reckon you have something I might fit in?
Of course, son.
Paddy, James, and MaryAnn head to the stairs.
Why don't we go first?
Good idea.
Jane walks back into the closet, grabs her bottle of gin, and plops down on the couch. Mickey grabs a decanter of whiskey from the bar and does the same. Jane takes a long pull from the handle. Mickey's eye is caught. The engagement ring Paddy got for Eliza flashes from its box on the lounge table in a beam of light, twinkling as he moves his head. Mickey looks at the ring, then to Jane, then back at the ring.
You reckon we could,
No.
Right. I didn't think so.
They sit, drinking from their respective bottles. End of play.